Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara and today I'll be showing you how to do this simple blue eyeliner. I know colorful liners are pretty scary, but I really like the way this turned out, and I wear blue eyeliner a lot. I get a lot of compliments on it, and I think it really makes my eyes look really pretty. So if you want to see how to do this look, then stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. So to start today's look, I'm starting with my base, so I'm using my NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. I think this does a good job at holding my makeup in place, and I really like that it's smooth, and I think it fills in my pores just a little bit. Now I'm going in with my NYX Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Medium. I need to get a new one of these, I'm almost done. And so I pat that in starting at the lower part of my under eye, which is where I feel like I have the darkest under eye circles, and then I go in and I pat it up towards my waterline. I try not to put too much concealer near my waterline because I have creases, so I think the less product there is, the less it creases, obviously. After I blend in my under eye concealer, I'm taking my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Sand. I'm just going to put a couple of dots in my usual spots, my forehead, underneath my eyes, and down the bridge of my nose. I have work today, so I'm wearing a mask, so I don't really put too much foundation where nobody's going to see it. I'm taking my Eco Tool sponge, and I'm just going to pat that in. I prefer using a sponge because I have a little bit of texture because I have acne, and so I think the sponge does a good job of blending in the product but also sucking up any of the extra. I also take my concealer over my eyelids, and then I'm going to take my colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 60. I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes for a little bit of coverage. And I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm just going to pat it in again. Then after that, I'm just going to bring some of the extra on my sponge around my mouth, just for the video. Again, when I have work, I don't really bother. Then I take my e.l.f. setting powder in the shade Fair Light, and I'm using my e.l.f. tapered brush, and I'm just going to pat that in. Then before setting my under eyes, I pat out my concealer, and then for my under eyes, I press the powder in instead of sweep it. I think that helps the coverage and helps set it in so it doesn't crease. Now I'm taking my e.l.f. under eye setting powder in the shade Rose, and I'm just going to shake it out and then use whatever is left on the cap just to add a little bit of extra brightness. I feel like I don't need that much product because I don't want to bake, so just using the little bit on the cap works well for me. After that, I'm going to take my sample of my NARS Laguna bronzer with my e.l.f. complexion brush, and I'm just going to bronze my forehead. Once I finish blending in my bronzer, I go in with my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and I just do a couple of sprays. Then I wave it in with my hand, and then I pat the excess in with the clean side of my sponge. I think that helps take away the powderiness and helps it stay longer. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows with my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Pencil. You've seen me do this. I do the same routine. once I finish my eyebrows, I set them with my e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel in the shade Dark Brown, I'm pretty sure. I think this gives my brows a little bit of extra fullness, and it also keeps the eyebrow hairs in place. Now for just a touch of eyeshadow, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette with the white shade. I'm going to pat that over my lids, just to provide a smooth base when I do my eyeliner. Now I'm going to take a fluffier blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the two transition colors on the top and the bottom. It's like a cool brown and then a warm orangey yellow color. I'm just going to quickly blend that over my eyelid, starting on the outer corner and blending it inwards, just to give my eye a little bit of definition. Once I finish my eyeshadow, I'm using my white NYX eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to put that lightly in my waterline. I've been seeing if the white makes a difference in terms of brightness as opposed to a nude shade, and so far I haven't noticed a huge difference, so I'm just going to use it up, I think. Now I'm going to take my NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade Vivid Sapphire. I love this line of eyeliners. I think they're really creamy, really opaque, and they don't crack or crease, and they make such fun eyeliner looks. So I'm going to start with a wing. I go from my outer corner and I just drag it straight down, and then from the top I drag it across towards about the middle of my eye, and then I go in from the inner corner to connect so that I don't have too thick of a line across my whole eyelid. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I make sure I wipe off the excess product off of my brush so that I don't gloop it on. Then once I fill it in, I decide that I want another layer to make sure that everything is super even. And so I just go back over, making sure that I fill in all of like the gaps. Now I'm going to go in with my Douce black eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to tightline. I think tightlining does make a difference when you're wearing eyeliner and mascara, so that it doesn't have too harsh of a transition. So now I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler. This eyelash curler is still very stiff. I'm trying my best to break it in. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I'm just going to go in on the other side as well. Now I'm going to take my sample of my Lancome lash primer. This I got in my Sephora play box, so it's a little dry. I probably should throw it out soon, but I don't have another lash primer, which I will have to get. So this goes on white and it dries like a light gray color. I don't always do this step, but because I'm going to be wearing colorful mascara, I felt like I really wanted that extra volume. Then I'm going to take my ColourPop BFF mascara in the blue shade. This mascara is just okay. I think the color is really nice, but it doesn't really hold my lashes up like my Essence Lash Princess mascara, so that's why I felt the need to put the lash primer on. Colorful mascara is really fun, but it's like a very subtle step. But at work, I did get compliments on my mascara specifically. Then I'm going to go in with another coat just to really make sure that the color pops and also that each of my lashes is coated. Then I'm going to do the same thing on my lower lashes, making sure that I don't accidentally bump the bottom of my waterline because the brush is bigger than I normally use. Now for my lips, I'm going to use my ColourPop BFF lip liner. I should have sharpened this, but I didn't realize that it was going to totally shrink on me. So I'm just going to outline the edge of my lips. Now I'm going to take my Smashbox B Legendary lipstick in the shade Famous, and I'm just going to go over that. I felt like the shade would complement the blue because it's not too in your face. Then I realized I forgot to put my inner corner highlight, so I'm going to take my ColourPop Dreamscape highlighter with a skinny brush, and I'm just going to really pack that on like I normally do. Then I felt like I looked a little powdery, so I'm taking my Mario Badescue facial spray, and I'm just going to really spray that on there. And that is my finished look. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know, typical YouTuber drill. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!